share with you this morning, and I found it very interesting. I was considering, last night and as I rose this morning, what I wanted to share with you, because there's so much that I can share with you. But as I was doing my inspirational reading and my meditation this morning, something like jumped up at me really, 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 really quick. And I know that this is going to help you in your business. And I don't know who this is for. Sometimes when I get these inspirational messages, sometimes they're for a specific person. But I know that, again, like I said, this is something that's going to help all of us. And in my recap, you can see what my topic is today, and it's called Hunger and Rash Decisions. Hunger and Rash Decisions. So what I wanted to give you this morning and what I wanted to inspire you this morning with is consider well your steps. And saying that, what do I mean? Don't be rash in your decision making. Now, listen, what I'm saying is not to be rash, not to be in a hurry, not to be impulsive in your decision making. I'm not saying this for you to freeze or get in fear or become immobile, because I know a lot of you, as well as myself, we're at the brink of making major decisions. We're at that crossroad where we got to go left or right. So this lesson or this message today is not to stop you or immobilize you in your decision making, but what it is for you to think about and analyze your decision. So don't make rash decisions because you are hungry for success or money. And what I mean by that is sometimes when we have pressure, when we're under the gun, and we have pressure on us, we make rash and impulsive decision. Like if we have the rent due or things that involve money or, things that are significant and important in our life, sometimes we tend to make rash and impulsive decisions because of the significance and because of the importance. So what I want to tell you this morning is you don't have to be rash. You can still make a decision, but you don't have to be in a hurry about it, because a lot of times when we don't think it through, when we don't take the time to analyze it, we sometimes blunder, or we sometimes make an error. So the definition of rash, and you already know this, but let me just read my notes, is hasty, impulsive, thoughtless, sudden, or careless. So before you confirm your decision, like I said, a lot of us are in the valley of decision, but before you confirm your decision, think about that decision and how it will affect you personally, and how it will affect your business for weeks to come, for days to come, for months to come, for years to come. This is another tip. Don't allow anyone to force you into a decision that you're not comfortable with. Even though the decision may get you your desired result. And have you guys ever been there where you made a decision, you really wasn't comfortable about it, you didn't really have a good feeling in your gut, but because it was what you really, really wanted and what you had really been, seeking and desiring, you acted anyway? Well, I'm here to tell you this morning, slow it down. Don't allow anyone to force you into a decision that you're not comfortable with, even though it may get you your desired result. If you're not comfortable with it, think about it a little bit more. Know the results of your decision. And if you can, especially if you have a money decision, if you've got to make decision about like a significant amount of money, know the results. Good morning, Laurel. How are you? We're talking about hunger and rash decisions this morning. But know the results of the decision before you actually confirm it. If you can personally or financially support it, particularly if it's money, know whether you can support that decision before you make it. Don't let anybody, your landlord or whoever, or force you or put that pressure on you to make a decision. So again, if it's money driven, be sure that you can support the decision that you make down the line, weeks down the line, months down the line, years down the line. And I know those of us that are seasoned veterans, those of us that are seasoned business men and women, we have been here and done this. We have this t-shirt. Laurel says, I'm the queen of rash decisions. I need this. Well, let me just back up for you just a minute, a little bit, Laurel. I opened up with saying, don't make rash decisions because you are hungry for success or money. So a lot of times as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we have this weight, or we have this big, heavy responsibility that we have to make make ends meet, to pay our bills, pay our rent, or whatever. And sometimes, and I've done it many a times, you are not alone, Laurel, we make rash decisions based on that because that pressure is on us. So again, this morning, I'm not saying not to make the decision. I'm not saying freeze or become immobile or get in fear. That's not what I'm saying this morning. What I'm saying this morning is analyze the decision that you are making before you sign on the dotted line or before you say yay or nay. Analyze it, think about it, forecast it out to the future. Think about how it's going to affect you months ahead, weeks ahead, or years ahead, because sometimes, particularly when we are going into a new lease, sometimes the landlord wants to twist our arm and make us twist our arms and make us take the lease for a longer term than what we really want to. And we've gone in with a plan to say, hey, I only want to do a 2-year lease, or I only want to do a 3-year lease, not a 5-year lease. So again, my inspiration for today is, if you're not comfortable, or if you're not settled in your spirit, in your gut, on the inside about the decision, don't be rash about it. Take some time to think about it. This is another key, y'all. Sometimes what we're willing to trade is far more valuable than what we'll get in return. Think about that. Sometimes what we're willing to trade is far more valuable than what we're going to get in return. So that's why it's important for us to analyze, take the time, think about it. Don't allow anybody to push you into something where you're going to make that impulsive decision or that thoughtless or careless decision. Again, this lesson or this inspiration this morning is not to immobilize you. No, because we don't want to operate in fear. We want to go forward, but we want to go forward with knowledge and power and understanding, knowing what our results can be. So you can do pros, cons, or whatever. Okay. So let me just go over these again. Properly analyze the move you're looking to make and the consequences that will unfold as a result. And don't be afraid to look at that. What are the consequences? Can you handle the good part of it? Can you handle the bad part of it? Can you handle the in-between part of it? So that's going to help you make the decision. Then look at the possible consequences of our acts. And I know I just said that, but just look at it, study it, think about it. You may even have a friend or a mentor or a consultant that you want to hash it out with, because sometimes another set of eyes or another set of ears on your plan or your desire or your vision can be a good thing. Take a little more time to examine everything all the way through. Wow, I wish I had this lesson in a couple of decisions that I've made in the past. Okay, so the next time that you make a decision on anything significant, guys, and this lesson is for me too. I'm not just putting it out there for you. This is a reminder for myself as well. So the next time we make a decision on anything significant, we must carefully consider the consequences of our actions if we move in one direction or another. Okay, so remember, this is inspiration this morning. This is not say, okay, stop, don't do that. No, this is not what this is. This is stop, think about it, analyze it, write out the consequences, good, bad, indifferent. How is it going to affect you? How is it going to affect you days, weeks, months, and years ahead? Does anybody